Now, why do we care about precision medicine? So these are numbers as of December 2015. At that point, 42% of all the drugs under development are essentially precision medicine drugs. And more strikingly, 73% of all oncology drugs under development took the precision medicine paradigm with molecularly targeted approach. Now, these numbers are probably outdated. They're probably higher significantly by now. So in the future, medicine is going to be precision medicine, and that's why we care about precision medicine. Now, if we step back and look at precision medicine being the goal, and there are a lot of activities that are happening today that will eventually lead us to that goal. So if we trace back on what's going on today that will get us to precision medicine, it'll help to set the stage of why we care about samples and consent in the precision medicine setting. Okay? So in order to get to precision medicine, you have to have targeted therapy and companion diagnostics. Okay? In order to get there, you need to have clinical trials to prove the safety and efficacy of targeted therapy and corresponding diagnostics. Right? And in order to be able to run targeted trials, then you have to have biomarkers, translational research, and having a patient segmentation strategy, and so on and so forth, right? So in order to get there, you really need data and you need samples. And then samples then you need to be properly managed in biobanks so that you can leverage the samples both for within a study and for future use. So for precision medicine clinical trials, we believe samples are really as important as subjects. A lot of decisions are made based on biomarkers in those trials, and biomarkers, a lot of them are generated from assays on samples, biospecimens. Now, what makes medicine precise? Precision medicine really separates out patients that may look the same on the surface, but they are actually quite different from a biomarker perspective that separates them into different cohorts that may respond to medicine differently. Okay? And how do you measure those biomarkers? Well, you acquire biological samples from patients, and those samples are then measured to derive biomarker readings that are used in segmentation and to establish safety, efficacy, among other things, right? So far we've established that precision medicine is happening. It's important. Precision medicine depends on biomarkers, and biomarkers are acquired through samples, which is why samples are very important. It's becoming more and more important, in fact. Now, yes, we understand it's important in biomarker-driven precision medicine trials. Why are samples problematic? Why are we here talking about this? It's problematic for many reasons. One of them is the distributed nature of how clinical trials are run today. It's all over the world for many of the trials. And if you zoom in and if you look at the journey of all the samples involved in a trial that you use to generate biomarkers to support precision medicine, sometimes they'll go through a central lab from the sites. Other times they go directly from the sites to a testing lab. If it goes through central labs, some processing is often done, and then it goes to different testing labs. Some of the samples need to be returned to the sites. Others are exhausted, and still more are saved for future use into a biorepository. Right? So on the ecosystem level, this is a complex a network of stakeholders that all have something to do with your samples. Now, within each one of these nodes, it may be relatively simple and straightforward, and those labs often have something to deal with samples while they have custody. But if you look at the ecosystem perspective, it's very common that people don't know what's going on. Okay? Now, complicate things even more. Now, each sponsor, each CRO may run multiple studies, and each of them have a little ecosystem like this. And as a result, really, nobody knows what's going on from the sample-centric perspective when you look at how healthy your trials are from a sample-centric perspective. So that is a problem.